Alrighty, so now we've got both sides all put back together, and all that remains is we've got to bleed the front brakes, and once I bed these rear ones in, then I'll adjust them. You have little pop-out dammits right here that you take and use what we call a brake spoon, which is that, to adjust the little thing in there and make sure the brake shoes are out at the proper adjustment, and that makes for a nice pedal feel. All this is all ready to go back together here. I've got our little bolt. Let's see where we got here. Our little bolt back in there, and our pin for our spider gears, and all that's all good to go. And I cleaned the little lid up, gave it a little shot of some black epoxy spray paint. I'll keep it from rusting anymore, or protect it a little bit anyway. Okay, so just to let everybody know that I'm not totally vain and think I'm perfect, I'll give you an excellent example of why I am not. So, if you remember from the other video, you know, I had all the cardboard boxes laid out here with the rotors and the drums and bearing parts and everything. Well, my lovely wife Tammy came in here while I was working on the truck and said, hey, I got a bunch of cardboard I'm going to put on the burn pile. You want me to take this stuff? And I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then when I got to the point of getting ready to bolt the rear end cover back on, I went looking for my gasket and remembered it was right on the floor here next to all these boxes. So let's go take a walk out to the burn pile, and I'll bet you I know what I'm going to find. Okay, so here's the burn pile. See lots of cardboard from all the boxes. I wonder if the there's any remnants of the gasket in here. You would think that since it was a Felpro box and a Felpro gasket, even if it burned, it would have maintained its shape there somehow. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. But then again, I'm not seeing my box with my gasket in there either, so I'm figuring it got burnt. Bummer. Hate it when that happens. Okay, so I paid my stupid tax and went to the parts store and got another one. Of course, the one, you know, they only stock one in the store. So, and of course, I bought it from the Portland store, so I had to drive to the one up in Franklin, Kentucky to find another one. So here it is. I'm gonna try not to burn this one up. So anyway. So let's get back to it. Got my rear end cover with a nice little coat of paint on it, so it looks pretty. And then we're going to go back over here and bolt her up, and then we'll fill the differential up with gear oil, and it'll be time to bleed the brakes. All right, so since from the factory they put that together with a anaerobic sealant, we're going to want to scrape all that old sealant out of there, and just to make sure that new gasket seals real nice. And notice I'm going to rag over everything here keep any of the rubber bits from that sealer from getting into anything. Most of it peeled off with the cover, so we don't have much to deal with here. So we want to go over and check it anyway, just to make doubly sure. I don't want any leaks. Makes that nice and simple. Gives you a nice little holder for a single edge razor blade. Makes it a really nice scraper for stuff like that, and then you can pull the blade in so you don't cut yourself. And then we'll hang this up on here like so. Get a couple of bolts started in here. This is what's called a 10 bolt 8.8 inch differential. We use 8.8 in the trucks and the Mustangs, but the V8s had the 8.8. And then all the 6-cylinder cars had the 8.5, which is relevant to the diameter of the ring gear. So the crap out of them. Our way up. That's pretty much it. One quick blast on everything else here. And that takes care of that. Now we'll have to fill it up. Gear roll. Now you can see zoom in here. See that? Not gonna focus, is it? You see that right there? That's your fill plug. So I'm gonna put my little fill damper here on my jug of gear oil. And then we'll pop that fill plug out. Takes just a standard 3/8 ratchet, fit in the hole here. And it's put in there pretty tight, so we're gonna have to wrench on it pretty good here. And what we want to do is we want to fill this thing up with gear oil until it just starts oozing out the top there. It's even got a little thing on here where you can turn it on and turn it off. So what you do is you turn it off and you set it up so gravity's helping you out here. And you stick that puppy in there and away you go. And you just squeeze the jug. It'll probably take about half of this gallon to fill it up.